Today I'm going to take you through the installation or setting up of MIG welding equipment. Before we show how to set the MIG welding equipment, what is MIG? What is MAG? MIG stands for metal inert gas welding, and then while the MAG means metal active gas welding. The difference is a slight bit, because when we use the CO2 as shielding gas, it will take the name of MAG welding process, means metal active gas welding, when you are using the CO2 gas. When you use inert gases like argon, we call it MIG, metal inert gas welding process. Nowadays, we call it CO2 welding process because the CO2 is not expensive like argon. So nowadays we call it CO2 welding process, means is the metal active gas welding process, whereby we use CO2 gas as shielding gas. On the machine here, if we are using CO2, we have to connect the cable here. When we are using the argon, we use this cable. Because we are not using the argon, it's why it is not connected, is connected to the CO2 work. Means that is the cable to be connected when you are using CO2 gas as shielding gases. As metal inert gas welding or metal active gas welding, MIG-MAG, the electrode we use is not like what we use in sheet metal arc welding. To remind you, the electrode to use in sheet metal arc welding is this electrode. It is coated with the flux. Also, it is very small. When you use it, it is finished in small time, and then you take another one. But the electrode we are going to use in MIG-MAG is in this form. Means that we can use this a whole day without stopping. Means that some defects are minimized when you are using MIG-MAG welding process. Also, when after finishing by using sheet metal arc welding process, we have to remove the slag. Because this electrode doesn't contain any flux, there is no slag. It's very clean. But for the protection of the weldment or welding pool from atmospheric, we use the shielding gas as CO2. Means that the CO2 is used to shield, to protect the molten metal from atmospheric contamination. Means that there is no impurities when you are using CO2 as shielding gases. While in sheet metal arc welding, we use electrode covered by the flux. That flux is there to protect the molten metal from atmospheric contamination. Means that for the equipment, we have the welding machine. Also, we have the wire feeder where we put our electrode. We have the CO2 cylinders. Also, we have the flow meter. And the cable, as I was saying, we have two cables, one cable. This cable is the earth cable, and then this is the earth clamp. It will help us to hold the workpiece. Here we have what you call welding gun. This, it will help us to manipulate our electrode. We shall see how to manipulate our electrode. It means that the electrode will pass through this cable, and then we'll get the electrode on this side. As I was saying, when we have this kind of welding machine, MIG-MAG welding machine, depending on the workpiece we are going to join, means that you have to interchange the electrode. For example, this is electrode for mud steel. This electrode we have here is for aluminium. Means that if we are going to weld aluminium, we have to install this electrode. If we are going to weld mud steel, you have to use this kind of electrode. Also, the sizes are different. After, what I'm going is to insert the electrode. So we have to open this one, and then we insert our electrode in this way. And then you close it. Our electrode is going to pass through here, and then here where we connect our electrode, our welding gun. And then before, here you have to remove, you have it. And then you cut it. After cutting it, you insert here. We insert. Now our electrode is in. You close here on the motor so that it will be driven by the motor. So now because we are setting, also we can on our machine. Now the machine is on. So in order to get our electrode out, we need to use this inching. Means that it will help us to drive our electrode outside. You see, now our electrode is outside by using this inching. And then, what is next? We have to connect our welding gun. Okay, our welding gun is connected, and then also in order to get the electrode outside here to the welding nozzle, we have to use again inching. And then when we are doing the inching, means that this electrode is going through the cables. And then here we have this is the wire feeder. We can set it so that it can be fast or it can be slow. It depends on what you need. You can change, or you can do so fast. And then to get it here, you have to open it, because sometimes when you cut it is a little bit. Now we have it here, and then you close. Now we have allowed our electrode from the welding machine to the end. Now we have it here. We can control it. And then when you have here, we have manual or automatic. Means that for the manual, if you press, you have to continue for pressing in order to allow the electrode to continue. If it is in automatic, you press, you release, and then if you finish to weld, you stop. This is the automation. You can do it. It can be done automatically. Means that this electrode is fed automatically. It is not like in sheet metal welding where you have to use your hand to feed it. This it can be done automatically. Again, I was saying that the electrode is not coated with the flux, so we needed to open the CO2 as shielding gas to protect our molten metal from atmospheric contamination. If we do not open our shielding gases, we will not get a good weld. So how to adjust our gas to be used. We have to open here, and then after opening, we have to use this gas checker. You press here. Now we have like 4 liters, and then you open this one. You open, and then when you reach 10 liters, you have to stop. Means that we are going to use 10 liters per minute. 10 liters for the shielding gas. You have to set the 10, it's okay, 10 liters per minute. Now the machine is, we have set it. The wire is here. We can close our box. And then on this side, you can set 1 or 2. Let's use 1. And then here we can set like 10 or 12. On this one also we set, you can use 3, you can use 5 if we need the high speed, the feed rate, and so on. Means that you have to check if we are still using 10 liters per minute. Again, for the safety precaution, when you are going to make an arc, you have to protect yourself by using the helmet or hand shield. Also, sometimes we need the gloves. So after connecting all the equipment, we have to check if they are working proper, if we can get the arc. As we said, we need the earth cable. Also, we have the electrode. To get the arc, we need we say that the MIG mag, we get the arc through the consumable, continuous electrode and the base metal. We are going to check if it is working, and then if it is not working, we can see where we make errors. So now our equipment are setting properly. We can do more practicals. Thanks for attending my class. And then when you have to switch off the machine. Thanks. We shall see again next time for making other practicals. Thanks.